Okay, today we got some great stuff from the big three and some poor stuff from the big three. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. We're going to start off with the worst, and that would be The Boys. I'm not sure when this season is supposed to really take off. I think we only have 5 or 4 episodes left, and it doesn't really feel like it at all. We barely had any sort of mention to Marie, definitely not one by name that I can think of, unless I'm wrong. Or really any of the characters from Gen V besides the bald head girl. We really haven't, and she's already dead. So I'm not sure when this season is supposed to kick off. So this latest episode, it was decent. See, I want to say every episode besides the first one, it's just been solid, right? It hasn't really been too crazy, too exciting. It's just been solid. So this new episode just came out. It has Huey, Butcher, M, Frenchie, Kimiko all at this old building, and they're looking for V1. And that's pretty much the whole episode. You get some stuff with Annie and her family. It was just okay. It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't anything to get excited about. It was just okay. You know, every single episode, I'm like wondering when we're going to feel that punch, like when we're going to feel that punch in the gut to let us know that this is the final season. And it just hasn't happened yet. We're 4 episodes in. Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of unfair when we're judging the early episodes of The Boys versus the later episodes of Invincible and Daredevil. But I would say even the early episodes from Daredevil and Invincible are still better than these episodes that The Boys are dropping. So I hope The Boys kicks off soon. I hope it really gets into that state of, oh shit, you know. I haven't felt that yet. I haven't felt that punch in the gut like, oh shit. Hopefully we do. We don't get anything super climatic about it or cinematic from it. We just get a crying soldier boy. They go to find V1, the V1's not there, and then from there it just goes back to the drawing board. We don't get anything from that at all, besides possibly one of the greatest things this season's could have done, and that's get Kimiko off the team. Since Kimiko talk, you know, I tried to bear through it. I tried to say, you know what, maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, but no, it just doesn't fit. Every time she speaks, it literally feels like something isn't right here. So I'm glad. I hope that from her and Frenchie's last conversation, I hope that means that she will be leaving the team. That would be great for the rest of the season. But other than that, nothing really too exciting happened. Overall, I'd probably give the episode a 6, 6.5 maybe. I don't know. Probably give it a 6 or a 5. And there's also nothing from this episode that gets you excited for the next one either. Something about Amazon Prime in their episode 4 is that they just don't give a shit about. Let me see. It's supposed to be the big three, but it's really just been the big two out there hooping week by week. And that brings us to our next conversation, which is Invincible. Invincible this week gets my second place. Great episode, phenomenal episode. I'd probably give it a 9 or an 8.5. Great episode. Great episode. That intro to Invincible, where they are showing the Viltrumites go to Earth, was it was so good that I kind of wish it happened. Like, it was so good that I kind of wished it happened. But of course, that's not what actually happened. It was just a dream that Mark had. And when we get back to Earth, he can't find no Viltrumites, but he's so shook about Thrag that he's seeing Thrag everywhere he goes. He's getting these visions of Thrag everywhere he goes because Thrag has literally put the fear of God in this man. Invincible can't sleep right without seeing Thrag in his dreams. He's seeing Thrag in his home. He's seeing Thrag in his bed. He's seeing Thrag in regular daily conversations. The whole episode is Mark just paranoid as fuck on when the Viltrumites are going to show up. Will they show up? Where are they now? No one seems to know until, of course, Mark is just taking a random stroll through the planet. He's just going on a flight, and boom, Thrag pops up right in this dude's vision. And Mark can't tell if he's having a dream or if it's real. But this time, it is the real deal. And one thing that I will give Mark is he will always try. No matter what, he's gonna always at least try. Because the first thing he does when he realizes that it's real, he goes to try and swing on Thrag. He goes to try and punch him. Of course, Thrag is just taking all of his punches and eating them like it's nothing. Like he can't even make Thrag bleed whatsoever, or even he can't even make Thrag feel anything. Thrag's just letting him punch him, go off on him, and then finally Thrag just grabs Mark's face and he just tosses Mark, and then he tells Mark to just listen to him, as he tells them that the Viltrumites are now going to be on Earth and building families and rebuilding their empire to where it once was. And Mark doesn't really have a choice. Well, you do have a choice, but your only choice is death. So if you if you don't agree to the terms, then you agree to death. So it's up to you, Mark. He gives Mark the option, and Mark he's really trying. He's really trying to say fuck no. He's trying so hard to say fuck no, but it's like the power of Thrag. He's feeling like, I've never seen Mark like this. For the first time in Mark's life, he's come across a guy that he literally can do nothing to. He can't do anything to Thrag whatsoever, and it is freaking Mark the fuck out. He wants to say fuck no so bad, but he knows there is nothing he can do to even slow Thrag down. He knows that at any moment in time, Thrag could wipe out the entire planet and take away everyone Mark loves. He knows that he stands absolutely no chance. He knows the coalition stands absolutely no chance. So as much as he wants to say fuck no, he knows he can't. So of course he says, I agree to your terms. Then we see other Viltrumites living lives as humans. We see Anissa, we see Lucian, we see General Krieg, supposed to be the general. He's already wiped up, working on motorbikes and all type of, man, this episode was a great episode. I would probably give it a 9 or an 8.5. All in all, great episode, great ending to a great season. Now that takes us to our first place, which is none other than Daredevil. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 might just be the best season of Daredevil that we have ever gotten. We still have 2 more episodes left, and these last 3 or 4 episodes have all been 9 and above. That leads us to this episode, where I would also give it a solid 9. So, of course, we get Jessica Jones back in the picture. It seems like Jessica Jones she's not so much worried about Fisk. Jessica Jones seems to only be worried about the group that Charles is leading, which we don't know much about at all. So I'm not sure what that pertains to. Now, she did say they had went for others that she'd known. Some have joined them. She did not. Now, with the way that she worded it, it either sounds like some were taken or some willingly went with them. I kind of took it as some of them willingly went, but I'm seeing discourse on the internet and people are more so saying they got taken. I personally think they willingly went. I think that's what Jessica's more so saying. All in all, though, great episode. We get great moments from Karen this episode, great moments from Daredevil, some good stuff from Jessica Jones, but not a whole lot. We get Heather. Heather's back in this episode. We get her kind of going through her emotions. We get a great scene with BB and Danny Boy, as Danny Boy is just kind of going through it right now after what happened between last episode and the episode before that episode. Everything is just building and adding up so well. It's like every single episode is connecting to the next, and it's only adding on another layer and another layer and another layer. That's why Danny Boy is now the space in his head that he is. And we do get to see that this episode, and I loved it. All in all, though, just a great episode, some great action, great dialogue, great fuckery. I'm going to give this episode a solid 9, and this takes our first place in the Big 3. Now, this is our final Big 3 ranking. Let me know how you guys feel down in the comments. Let me know your ranking for the Big 3. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more of this kind of content if you like it. With all that being said, make sure you share, and I will see you again in another share.